We're here at Kiwi Yachting Consultants, who are the Southern Hemisphere distributors for Nexus. We're talking with Dean Barker, who's a director of Nexus and also the skipper of Emirates Team New Zealand. Dean, why did you become involved with Nexus?
Well, it's actually an interesting story. Kiwi Yachting Consultants was the distributor for Nexus. There was an opportunity that came up to look at getting involved in the company, and together with Richard McAllister and Isabel, we made the decision to basically buy out the major shareholder of the company and take it on ourselves. And we're very happy with what we've got. We know the instruments very well, having sold them here in New Zealand. And then the more that we looked into the brand, and the more we've got to know the brand, it's just proven to be a very good option in the market. It's relatively unknown. It's a developing brand, but having a belief in the instrumentation is obviously the key thing for us. So when the opportunity arose, we looked very carefully at it. But I think having a passion for the instruments that we were taking on and the experience with it gave us a lot of confidence to move forward.
So you've been sailing around the last few weeks on the AC45. Are we using Nexus on the AC45 for Team New Zealand?
Well, at the moment with the AC45, the rules haven't been published, so we're not sure just yet what instrumentation we'll be allowed to race with. Our sort of key instrumentation guy down at Team New Zealand is a guy called Chris Miller, and he's very much a believer in the Nexus equipment. Currently on the boat we're sailing with one of the wind transducers on the end of the bowsprit, and that's been providing a lot of really useful information for the team in terms of wind angles and wind speeds, apparent wind angles, sail crossovers and things. So he's very happy with the results to date. We've had good success with it, and we'll continue to use that until the rules become clear.
So what major racing projects are Nexus involved with this year?
Well, the major focus for me really is the Tour de France, which takes place in July. It's very much like the bike race. It's a race. I think this year they'll probably have close to 20 entries. They start up normally in Dunkirk. They race all the way down around the Atlantic coast. The boats are then trucked across to the Med, and they finish up with a few legs, normally in Monaco. And this year it's a brand new boat. It's called an M34. It's a new design designed by a French guy called Bernard Nevel. It's produced at Archambault in France, and it's sort of a new, more modern class for the race. So it has a fixed bowsprit, a very large Jenica. The boat will be quite robust. It'll be very good to sail. And with Nexus, we worked very hard to put together an attractive package for the new boat, and so as a result of that we became the official electronic supplier for the M34 for the Tour de France. And so all boats that race in the Tour will be racing with the NXR Nexus range. And in the background here you can see the boats will be supplied with 3 of these XL20 displays on the mast, with 2 of the Nexus multi-controllers. We've also supplied GPS, HPC compass, which is a great little compass that we have, which provides all the necessary information for heading and everything else relating to wind, solving the wind problem and things. And it'll be a very, very good test for the equipment in fairly harsh environment, and also the fact that they'll be used sort of day in, day out, in a tough racing environment. So so for me the Tour de France is very interesting. I hope to get there to do hopefully a few of the legs with one of the boats, and it's just a little bit related to how the sailing program plays out over the next sort of few weeks.
So what range is the Nexus range aimed at? Is it aimed at sort of all yachts, or just super racers, or?
Well, it's actually it's quite interesting. The Nexus range is very diversified. We cover pretty much everything from the small cruising boat. We've divided it, or it's been divided into three main categories. NX, which is the basic introduction level. It provides sort of a lot of the basic functions that any cruising yacht, or I suppose more of a budget entry level sort of into the electronics market. So it provides all the sort of necessary information that any cruising sailor or just hobby sailor would be looking for. You then can move on to the NX2 range, which is sort of aimed more sort of squarely at the cruiser racer, the sailor who's looking for a little bit more detailed information, and with the NX2 range you sort of get a lot more features. And then finally, which is sort of the top end of the spectrum for us, is the NXR range, which is very much at the racing end of the market. And with NXR we provide all the information that a racing sailor would be looking for. So the emphasis has been very much on good quality information coming out of the system, and most importantly the reliability. So we cover the range right from the small cruising boats. In recently in the Round North Island race, we had one of the sports boats, Karma Police, finished second in that with Nexus gear. Georgia Racing is Jim Farmer's IRC 52 footer that runs the full NXR range. And just very recently, Vertigo, which is the latest super yacht out of Alloy, is running a full NXR system on that. So we really, we are right across the range, but we are very much focused on the sailboat market and providing solutions for everyone, and that includes different sort of things like wireless wind, which is something that we still have a unique sort of area there, which helps in a lot of different solutions. So we cover the range very well.
So when you're racing, I mean, you've been a racing skipper for Team New Zealand for 7 years. What are you looking for out of an instrumentation system?
I've actually been been fortunate to, in my role on the boat, to sort of be involved at spending pretty much all my time focused on instrumentation. Really, the two main things you're looking for is accuracy and reliability, and the things that I certainly push very hard on. Talking with the R&D guys up in Sweden, and that's one of the most important features of any electronic system. And because we're staring, I end up staring at instruments all day. It's you want to know that the information that you're getting is accurate. You want to be able to trust in the information that you're getting, and the most important thing too is the reliability, so that you know that every day when you're out there in the environment that you're not going to have any issues. So you continue to get that information day in and day out, and they're certainly the two of the key features of the Nexus range.
Okay, thanks very much. Good to see you again.
Right, thanks, Richard.